Hello. Okay, so today I'm making potions, aka painting. In a previous vlog, I worked on a paper mache multimedia painting. So I'm doing it again because I found it quite inspiring and exciting to do. So
packages. I spent the whole day cleaning today, basically. Complete our packing. My mom literally sees anything and everything. It's like, oh my god, yo, you don't know. I grew up in a town of like 10,000 people. My high school was like 300 people. So it'll be nothing. But she literally gets a picture of the most random places. Anyways, we're currently up near Chelsea. I think we're gonna go.
this is going to be you witnessing me doing all that. I'm thinking that this is gonna be potentially like a series that I work on post grad, like artwork unrelated to what I was exploring in undergrad, which was a lot of like gender, sexuality, the body, all of that stuff, which I think is a good jumping off point for me. I do think that it's not necessarily unique, which there's no such thing as an original idea, but I think that it's something that was a safe place for me to start because it was all information that I was processing going into undergrad. So now that I'm in my post-grad space, trying to figure out what life looks like, accepting that there's no consistent patterns, I've been having a lot of fun with media and different forms of paper media specifically. I think a lot of people, especially of my generation, have been excited by physical media in general just because of us, having the internet. I mean, unlike Gen Alpha that's fully had the internet since the beginning, or a lot of Gen Alpha being COVID kids, but I think that re-exploration of physical media and kind of like the importance of tangibility, but also like the ability to erase things when they exist on the internet or control where they exist and where they don't exist versus physical media, which the only way to remove it is to physically destroy it. So and you can properly own physical media, but you can't own digital media. It can be deleted by whoever wants to delete its access, and that's that. So all of that to say, I'm pretty excited by physical media and scrapbooking and junk journaling, which has been a big deal on the internet for a while. So that's kind of what this video is going to be, me developing this artistic language. This might be a continuing series of me figuring out what this body of work looks like, but I'm excited. I feel like I feel like a real artist, or whatever that means. So anyways, back to me painting. Hi. Okay, so it's a couple hours later. So I finished one painting, I think. I'll show you it better later. But I'm just gonna keep trucking along while the inspiration is sat with me. And the first two I did, like the one I did a couple weeks ago and the one I just did today, had red bases. So I'm starting with a gray base and doing some scrapbooking material on it, and we're just gonna see what it looks like. I'm quite excited by working this way, and I want to get like more fun shaped canvas, or maybe at some point I'll start making my own canvas. But the fact that I'm doing art for fun and not in a school setting, and it's not my whole job to do art, is something to be proud of within itself. Because again, biggest fear post art school is never making anything again, because I go to work and I come home. So trying to have fun somewhere in between and do YouTube and all of my other hobbies. But yeah, I'm enjoying the evolution of my scrapbooking becoming something of this nature. I also bought these like letter rubber stamps from like a secondhand craft supply store with Millie the other day. So I'm gonna try and make use of these as well, like just using acrylic paint as my ink and see what happens. I'm excited. We'll see what we do. All right, so here we are. I have 3 new pieces of work, which is really strange to say, especially in my post-grad slump, post-grad depression, as I've been calling it. But it's exciting to be working on something that feels like I'm developing new ideas. So I've been really loving the way that these pieces have come out. I find them quite exciting. I want to work with more shaped canvas, more, experimental ways of expressing these very simple statements. I have tried to be like deep and creative in the past, and that often turns out feeling quite fake. So I just write on these exactly what it is. This is round and red, so I put apple. This one, as I worked on it, I realized that as I was making these paint strokes, especially on apple, I was like, oh, it feels like flesh. So I just wrote flesh. And then I really liked the idea of doing a split, so I just called it split. And then I thought it would be funny to put spit on it. And I might even title it spit just because I thought it was funny. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching this progress, and I'll definitely will be working more on these. And yeah, it just was a fun exercise to just get in and do. These 2 pieces I did in a day, and that just goes to show that sometimes I don't need to sit on something for so long. I just need to freaking do it. My YouTube channel has been proof of that. I have multiple times been like, I just need to edit something in CapCut on my phone and just do it. I don't need to do it on my laptop. I don't need my computer. I just need to freaking put it out there.